Alright, this video is gonna be all dark and spooky. Ooga booga. No, this video is gonna be dark because I don't have anything else to film right now. So I'm just gonna talk the entire time, alright? So, I watched almost an hour, 43 minutes of exactly of the new Tom and Jerry movie, and I'm very opinionated about this. And I thought, this is an idea for a YouTube video. So I thought, why not just film this? Make a little nothing off of it. I have 27 subscribers. Yeah, so number one, let's get started with it. Okay. Family friendly movies. I got beef with them. Just the family friendly genre in general. It doesn't just have to be movies. It's very hard to create something for the whole family, quote unquote, in the modern day and age, considering there's very big differences in generations between millennials to Gen Z. Gen Z has like two parts to it. You got the iPad kids, and then you got me, people who were born before 2008, basically. But you get my point. Basically, let's talk about the things I like about this film. I like the soundtrack, but it was placed in really awkward parts, so it didn't really make sense and it made it kind of cringe. But that's a point for later. And the way they blended in the like cartoon to real world, I kind of liked it. They didn't make sense, but it was a cartoon. And when Tom and Jerry are just running around and breaking stuff, I like that, they were barely touching objects and they were completely breaking. That they just blended it so well. Okay. Now let's talk and another thing I like, they got Ken Jeong and the dude from Ant-Man in here. But let's talk about things I don't like. Okay. The things I don't like. The entire premises of the movie is that basically it's running on two side plots that connect to each other that make one big plot. Um, Tom and Jerry are in New York now somehow. Don't know what happened to the owner, and it's like, oh my god, I just yawned. Sorry, it's like 10 o'clock at night, and it's like they never met each other before. Maybe in this universe they haven't met each other, or timeline, whatever it is, but it's like they've never met each other before, or maybe they did. I don't know. Just it depends on how you look at it. And I don't like that. I don't like any of the characters. I didn't watch the entire movie, mind you. I stopped at like 43 minutes, and that 43 minutes just blew right past me. Like I didn't even know. I thought it had only been like 20, 30 minutes. I also didn't like just how cringe and awkward some of the moments were. Like, there was this one moment where they were arguing about if the girl was gonna catch the mouse or be hired or not, and it was just so cringy. Like, she was standing there, and so in their interview, she was just standing there, and there was a goldfish in a bowl. She's like, "Oh, that must be the aquatics manager," and then whatever his name was from Ant-Man was all like, "That's a fish. It can't even walk." It's kind of funny, but they didn't present it in the right way. But that's not my point. It's just how cringy it was. And another one was when they hired Tom to catch Jerry out of the thing, and they put on again. I think this is Japanese superstition or whatever. And oh frick, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, they hired Tom to like get Jerry, whatever, like that, and they had put the soundtrack and they presented it in such a weird like way. Like the soundtrack was at least on for maybe 15 seconds while her and Tom were walking down the hallway in this really cool fashion. I was like, this is so cringe. I like, not like I made cringe, haven't made cringe before. Just look at every single other video I've made, including this one, but it's besides the point, alright? This movie has a 6.6 or a 6.7 on IMDb, I forgot. it's it's family friendly. Going back to that, when it says family friendly, it means your kid who is 5 and below will like it, and parents will find it funny for some reason. I don't know why. But if you're older than, I don't know, say maybe 6 years old, if you're over 10 years old, I swear to God, my on again. If you're over 10 years old, this movie's going to be very unbelievably unfunny to you. You're not going to find it enjoyable at all whatsoever. I found it enjoyable because of the destruction and stuff, but that's just me. Men, okay? Also, speaking of men, men equal gender, gender equal politics. This movie got kind of political in one part. They mentioned PETA and discrimination because they didn't hire a cat. The entire reason they hired Tom to catch Jerry was because they didn't want to get sued or something like that by PETA, and then they talked about being discriminated against cats or whatever. And they were also talking about gender and like gender bias and all that stuff for like 10 seconds when they were talking about Jerry because they didn't know if it was a boy or girl mouse. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I see they don't want to get canceled, but they're gonna get canceled. Well, probably not. I mean, maybe. I just found out that they canceled the Amazon logo because it looked like Hitler. That's another discussion that I'm probably not going to discuss on YouTube. And what else? Let me think. What else was bad about this movie? I'm gonna pause it until I think about something bad. Oh yeah, okay. So 43 minutes into the movie, we got introduced to that her like assistant friend or whatever, something like that. It was a side character. We just got introduced to the Bell girl. I forgot what her name was because I don't remember and I don't really care. She's pretty forgettable. The actual manager of the hotel, he was pretty forgettable. I didn't learn his name. The girl oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Um the girl herself, I forgot her name. This other girl the girl stole this other girl's identity. But I think her name was Kayla. I forgot the main character's name was. She's also a girl. And the bartender dude, and I don't remember any of their names. I don't even think I learned it actually. I remember that the British girl's name was Kayla, and the main character stole this girl's identity to get the job. So let that sink in, you know. But that's besides the point. That's not that serious of a crime. At least in this movie, it's not. And there was just this random gang of cats who appeared pretty early in the movie and looked like they're gonna beat up Tom or whatever. Oh yeah, let's talk about Tom. All right, my cat Tom was in this movie. He's kind of the main character of Tom and Jerry. You get what I'm talking about. Tom in the cartoons is smart and witty, but his plan always fails. In this movie, they make him straight up retarded. He is an idiot in this movie. He is the stupidest cat you have ever seen. He is the most ungraceful creature you will see in your existence. He is straight up retarded. There's this one scene where he throws Jerry out the window, pours himself a bottle of champagne, and then Jerry gets back in somehow in a matter of 0.10 seconds. And Tom also pours him a glass without knowing it's Jerry. Like, how did you pour another glass without realizing you were pouring another glass? And there's another scene where Jerry runs into this closet, closes the door, Tom opens it. Or no, Jerry brings Tom a bat, and then he hits himself with it. Or no. Jerry brings Tom a bat, but Tom didn't notice it was Jerry who brought him the bat. So Tom opens the door, jumps in, and just starts swinging recklessly. And he starts hitting that dog, and off screen, and then he goes on screen when they come out of the doorway and stand in the doorway, and he's still hitting the dog without realizing it's Jerry. Either Tom is blind, which I guess is maybe a very, 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 very hidden joke to the first point in the movie, which Tom plays music for some reason. But yeah, um, or he's just retarded. Like, seriously, how do you not notice that you're hitting something that's not even the right person? Hey, this dog is bigger than you, and you're much bigger than Jerry, so that's sending a few signals. Also, I think the cat from the last episode of Tom and Jerry, I'm not gonna discuss it because it's pretty dark actually, but it was, it was like the 1820s. So, they'll just put anything on kids cartoons, but that's also besides the point. She was in this movie too, but she didn't play a role. Well, from what I've seen, she's just a side character who is not going to matter in the long run. Actually, no, she's not doing anything right now, but I think she's going to play a little bit of a role later in the movie. Mind you, I still got like an hour left in the movie and I didn't watch the entire thing. This is just my thoughts on watching that first 43 minutes of it. But okay, Riani, I'm gonna go to sleep after I upload this video. Okay, overall score. I'd give this movie a big, stinky 4.5. Two Kevin-sized thumbs down because this movie is big poop stinky, like I said before. This is just my first impression, my 43 minutes impression to be exact. But bye for now. I will see you guys in the next video, which I think I have another video planned on the way. But yeah, this only came out to 12 minutes. Huh. Yeah, like and subscribe if you want to be a true iDubbbz fan.